and YouTube and all that, where people just feel like the need to swear constantly, or they just don't have a filter. Alright, I see you, game, just putting just cabbage in there. And it's fine. Like, I don't have, like, any moral objection. Oh, yeah, I never did plant anything here, did I? Oops. Like, or any moral objection to swearing or anything. It's just, swearing can get over the top, and then it can be very negative experience for a stream. It's not that I never swear on stream, that absolutely happens. Oh yeah, and Sentry Cookie, I've been absolutely the same, where you go into a stream and someone is just dropping F-bombs left and right, and you're like, you know, I just kind of don't want to hear it. Yeah, I really should get trapping going. My only hesitation with doing the trapping, in all honesty, is I don't... like, right now we keep coming back to our base because we haven't got our foothold in Rosewood yet. But otherwise I end up being away from my base for like a week at the time. And so I don't check on traps often. Oh yeah, thank you. But yeah, for me it's just nice to have a place where I don't have to put up with that. And a big part of that is I've helped run a number of communities, and you always have people who come in and they're like super edgy and everything. It's like, but could you not? Alright, Dynamite, you have yourself a good evening. Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there are a lot of places that's just common to swear. Yep. Zooperfish says, I wouldn't be watching if I didn't like the way it is. Yep, absolutely. That sounds like it should be some kind of, like, song, Sourfish. I talk like a gentleman, but... or, sorry, I talk like a sailor, but type like a gentleman. Or I type... yeah, I type like a gentleman vocally, but vocally I'm a sailor. Yeah. I can read. And I know I've got rain coming, so I'm not even going to bother watering these. Why are you doing this? Sentry Cookie, remember the power of Uwu TM is inside all of us. Oh, I've got more worms. Oh hey, we barely managed to avoid going to overweight. Cool. But yeah, like I said, I got no objections with people swearing. I tune into plenty of streams where the people swear quite a bit. Like, I only have a real problem with it's like if it's like over the top where the swearing is the content, as it were. Then you're like, all right, come on, man. Could you break it down? Just break it down just a little. F-bombs are not content within themselves. But like, for example, people know here that I have background both in the, you know, both in software dev as well as education. And it's not that I don't, like, even when I was teaching, like, it's not that I would not use swear word. They're tools. You can use them very effectively so long as you use them rarely. Because when you have a teacher who, like, never swears and they drop one F-bomb, you know everyone is going to start paying attention. Like, that room is going to go completely silent because they know stuff is serious. But if you overuse it, it's not effective. Normally I don't like driving around in the fog, but I do want to keep pushing Rosewood because I do believe more than likely the end of day today in-game, we're going to start getting our rain, and then we're going to have a nasty storm on top of us for like a day. Those are the days I tend to work on skills because running around killing zombies in bad weather is how you die. Oh, come on, I've got like 7 strength. Just fall over. Oh, I have another spear. Did I accidentally reorganize these? Okay. That's what I'm looking for. I want the weapons on the top because I do end up having to switch, like you've seen where I break a weapon, I have to pull out another weapon real fast. I just need to restock in my hunting knives. And thank you for everyone who has been tuning in, who's been lurking, chatting, following, subscribing, doing the bits, the donuts, the hosts, the raids, and all that good stuff. It all helps, and I really do appreciate it. I do hope you are enjoying the stream. So you are driving slow, it's fog, you can't see well. And for me, killing zombies with the cars or burns and all that, those are not the kinds of kills I want. I don't do burns. And I try to avoid running over zombies with the car, but sometimes it just happens.
Dinner Time TTV just subscribed. Boop, you got a webcam now.
That I did, and thank you for the resub there, Dinner Time TTV. Got ourselves up to a good 3 months. I did a shout. Yes, I did do a shout out for Royal with cheese. That just made me think of after that raid. But yep. So I got going good. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I very specifically go for the chill vibe. Like, honestly, one of the things that led me doing that is I know I have a voice that a lot of people are like, oh, your voice is so soothing. So might as well lean into that. And plus, I know people have like difficult days where they have to work really hard and there's stuff stressing them out and causing them anxiety and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a nice place to go, you know what? We can just vibe. We can chill. I also do the thing where we try and like learn about stuff, walk through stuff, all that kind of thing. So it's helpful. Alright, there's a new hunting knife there. So let's see. Next level tabletop says, so what is the estimate on days of meat grinder till Rosewood? Ooh, that's a hard one to guess because I don't know how dense the zombies are going to get. I feel like we're going to have where we have this big push right by the farms, and there's going to be a whole lot of nothing, and then we're going to get around where the boot camp is, just south of that, and then we're going to hit the meat grinder again. So it's kind of hard to gauge. It is going to definitely be at least a good couple in-game days. So I wish I could give you a better number, but I really can't. Honestly, this is one of the few chill streams that I can enjoy, especially with how energetic I usually am. Zomboid says, indeed, you make some great background noise. Excellent. I heard another one. Where are you? Maybe, like, sounds in this game don't always come from where I expect them to come from. Like, you'll kill a zombie that you're standing on, it'll sound like it's someplace totally different sometimes. You know, it does seem like I'm just killing the zombies in the same place and we're not making a lot of progress. That is actually very typical of these runs when you're talking about this. Because you kill zombies, and then you have this open spot where you have zombies of decent population pressuring from the sides. That suddenly they'll go and turn around and fill in those gaps. So it is one of those things that you'll kill zombies, you'll kill zombies, you'll kill zombies, and just keep seeing the big horde showing up. And then all of a sudden the numbers of zombies you see will start really, really petering down as there's not enough zombies to replace them, and then you end up having a clear path. But you just meat grinded the zombies in the meantime. Normally I'd probably drive faster on this road, but fog. And we especially go faster when we find a katana, because, you know, katana. Xander says, to be honest, I love having a stream in the background while I'm playing. My only complaint is that I get a zombie's voice from the stream and I get confused. Sometimes I'm looking around for a non-existent zombie. Yes. I actually am notorious for watching when, and I haven't done it as much nowadays because when I'm playing games, I'm on stream. If I'm not on stream, I'm not playing games because that's just all my game time is stream time. But before that, I would absolutely be like, okay, well, here's the game I'm like really into right now, and I would be watching a stream about a different game. That's another game I like. Just because, you know, that whole, you hear sounds and you immediately go into high alert and just like, but where's the thing? Like for Path of Exile, there's what's called bearer bombs. They're this thing that like this fireball shows up and then it chases you and then it touches you and then it explodes a second later. So the counterplay in Path of Exile is you actually run to the bearer bomb to trigger it and run away real fast. So that way you're already moving when it shows up. Now if you're watching Path of Exile on stream with the sound turned up and you hear the sound of the bearer bomb, you're immediately in high alert, ready to make your move and all that. And then it doesn't show up and you just start getting more and more antsy because they also get moving faster and faster the longer they don't reach you. So instead I would do something like play Path of Exile and watch Project Zomboid, or, you know, play Project Zomboid and watch Path of Exile, that kind of thing. Or I'll do something like I will turn the game volume down, or turn my game volume way up, and turn the stream way down, so I can very just, you know, distinguish by volume. But I'll do something to try and make it so it's less confusing. Because yeah, like if I'm like walking into a building and I get a jump scare and I don't see a zombie, I am just going to be in like near panic going, okay, where's this, you know, hidden zombie that was within a short distance of me? That tree shook a whole bunch. That's probably not just wind. Got one up here. And the radio is on for multiple purposes. But, like, the one purpose is I like to keep it on. That way, if the helicopter is showing up, I'll see the air activity detected. And it'll immediately know it's time to completely change my priorities, get to wherever I'm going to fight the helicopter situation, do all that kind of stuff. The other thing I do is I keep it on its absolute max volume to draw the zombies out of the woods and all that, so I don't have to go in there, because I'm not going to go in there, because trees are the real enemy. Trees are how you die. There's a reason when you look at my base, you'll have noticed that we have cut back all the trees anywhere remotely close to our building. Even though the area has been very, very clear of zombies for a very, very long time, I will keep the trees as far away. So the helicopter follows around the player if it sees it. And there might be more to it, but basically the helicopter is loud and noisy. It follows you around. It makes loud and noisy where you are, and zombies like to go towards loud and noisy. So ultimately it just means zombies end up coming to you from really far away and causing more and more grief for you. So just think of it as drawing the zombies directly to you. I actually find the helicopter, for as much as it can be a danger in this run, it's also an asset. No. The helicopters are coming from outside the exclusion zone somewhere, unspecified. You can't see them or shoot them down or any way meaningfully interact with them. They just follow you around and cause grief. There's a reason why a lot of the players just see the helicopter pilot as an absolute jerk. Like it's, you know, some news reporter who doesn't care that they're getting your life in danger. They're just like, I'm gonna get my story. Or whatever the actual canon is of it. Now normally, you're playing on default settings, the helicopter only shows up once, and that's that. But that's the whole thing where I have my multiple helicopters, is I've turned them on to have the helicopter keep coming back forever and ever. Roughly 2 to 3 times a month, based on the settings I have. I like how you're slowly all meandering in. Like, just one or two at a time, just slowing in. By default, zombies will respawn, yes. Every 72 in-game hours, you usually get about 10% of the zombies will respawn. There's a lot of... That's like a massive oversimplification. It doesn't actually work specifically like that, but that's the general idea. But in this run, because we have the zombies turned up the absolute max, I have respawns turned off, because the whole idea about what we're doing is we put as many zombies on the map as we can without mods, and we're going to wipe out the map. And I'm like not literally going to go into every single tree and nook and cranny and locate every zombie and kill them. Like, we're not going to go that extreme. But we are going to like clear out all the major cities and spots on the map we can find. And like whatever pops out from around the roads, that kind of thing. Because there's just a whole lot of woods, and you have no idea if there's even zombies in there, where they are, or anything like that, so trying to kill them all would be exceedingly difficult. And they also move around. Oh, it is. I mentioned earlier, there was someone who did a whole bunch of math before the multiplayer update, and determined there's somewhere in the area of 900,000 zombies on the map at 16x pop. That said, that was before the multiplayer update, so we don't really know what it is now. But our best guess is somewhere in the area of 1.2 million. And I saw those zombies just getting away from the trees. Yeah, so we'll end up having a lot of zombies on this route for a little while, just because we haven't cleared this route in a long time. Because the only time we previously came down here before this push was we were seeking food, because we were getting dangerously low. Um, 16x pop. Okay, so as a new player, actually, we'll do a couple things. First of all, what 16x pop means is when you're playing the game, you're at 1 times population. Usually peak is like 1.5, so when you start the game, you have a certain number of zombies on the map. And then peak, that is after 28 days, it'll move up to, you know, a slightly higher population. Now 16 pop means, effectively, I have 16 times as many zombies, which is the maximum the game supports. Like, if I were to just go into Louisville, just like run into it immediately, we would probably just crash. Like, and I'm on a really good computer for this kind of thing, but you would probably just crash because it's just too many zombies. That said, I'm not super worried about it, because the way that's probably going to go is I'm going to have to be on the outskirts of Louisville, ever so slowly attritioning in. so it's very doubtful at any point I will be facing any significant portion of the Louisville population at any time. It'll just be a very protracted meat grinder war along the edge of Louisville until we start knocking the population down enough. But, actually, before I get in the cart, since we do have new players in chat, let me go ahead and do the new player spiel that I do. Before you really get into Project Zomboid, one thing I'd recommend is once you load up your game, push escape. And you're going to find here your options. And you're going to go to display. Now, there's a number of options here I would recommend making changes to. The first one is this blood decals option. If you're playing on either high zombie pops or you're playing runs that get very long, especially if you're in like kind of the same area, every time you kill a zombie, it puts a little blood splatter on the wall and the ground. And it's cool, it adds ambience and all that. Nice. The problem is those never go away. So as you kill hundreds and thousands of zombies and you're getting more and more and more blood splatters, it eventually does become a performance implication. So if you do run to the point that your game starts getting a little sluggish, the frame rate's not quite good, this is a place to consider taking that and turning it down to 10 or none, or like turning it way down. Now one of the things that is nice is if I turn it down, it doesn't make those blood splatters go away so far as the save file. Like if you decide, you know what, I really wish I had those blood splatters back, if I turn them back on, they will just reappear. They're not gone. The next one I consider is this ISO cursor visibility. If you're looking at your settings for that, I believe it defaults at 50% now. I could be wrong, but if not, I would recommend 50 or 75%. I'll show you what that is in a minute. And you can also consider the show mouse cursor while aiming. Normally when you hold the right mouse button to aim your weapon, your mouse cursor disappears. One second. But normally when you hold the right mouse button, your cursor disappears. And it kind of just makes it so you can like aim at the ISO cursor easier. But the downside is you lose track of your mouse, and that will get you killed in this game. So this is a preference thing. I personally like to have it on, so I never lose track of my mouse. Yep, that's Tomb. She's played multiplayer with us a few times in Project Zomboid. But yeah, she just pokes in after she like uses the restroom or whatever. She'll poke in and say hi or whatever. But the one I would recommend more than anything else is this aim outline. I believe it starts at ranged weapon. I could be wrong about that. But you want it on any weapon. And I'll show you what all that here is in just a second. So if you look at this, you'll see like this little circle with a line on it. That's where I'm aiming, not my mouse. It's that little bar. And you see like that bar is the height of the zombie. That tells me I'm aiming at the zombie. You do not need to aim at the zombie. You can aim past it. And you'll notice, when I get close enough, they'll put a green outline on them to show me that they're in range. Until you see that green outline, you're not in range. But that said, you can pre-swing so that, like, I'm swinging that when the hit, like, I can pre-swing this and still hit them. But be careful because you can miss that pretty easily. Now, another trick I'll show you is if you see a zombie and you push them over, and that can be you've hit them with a blunt weapon, they fall over, you shove it. You'll notice this zombie is still alive. And you know what? I'm going to have a snack. I'm a little hungry. Gonna go ahead and enjoy that. Nice cabbage salad. Oh, look. My salad's all gone. No problem. We'll just make ourselves a new salad. Apparently we're doing cabbage. That's just what we're doing today. Ooh, getting a nice variety in this salad. But yeah, as you can see, this zombie is not a threat to me. As long as I'm standing on it, it can do nothing. I will give you a caveat. If the zombie is crawling on the ground, don't do it. It will bite your ankles. This is also true if another zombie is standing on it. That's one of the reasons when you're fighting zombies, as much as possible, you want the zombies to line up like they're trying to get an autograph from you to try and get them to line up as much. They're not going to fully cooperate, but do what you can. You never want to fight the zombies if they're perpendicular to the way you're facing. Because you'll hit the one zombie, and then all of the zombies' buddies will just get right on past your swing, grab you, and then you'll hear the horrible, horrible crunch noise. Zombies don't trip you. Crawling zombies, when they do their grab animation, where they go to hurt you, that will pin you in place for a second. Just the same as if you actually get hit by a zombie, it'll pin you in place for a second. And that's where you go from taking one hit to just immediately being overwhelmed. Is, you know, I'll have the big horde of zombies behind me, of like 20 plus zombies, will be the one in the lead. I'll whiff a swing or whatever. That zombie gets a hit on me, and then just the wave of zombies overcomes me, and then it's over. Because if you do have, I think it's like 2 or 3 zombies grab you at the same time, it's what's called drag down, and you just instantly die. It's not you take an injury, your character gets dragged to the ground, they're screaming, and they die. No save yourself or anything. Which is fair, because you do get stunned when you get hit, and realistically, if they didn't have drag down, you'd probably just get stun locked and die from stun lock anyways, so it's probably best they just kill you outright. You can also get dragged down if your character's in what's considered a particularly vulnerable position. Like, for example, if I'm sitting on the ground and a zombie walks up behind me and grabs me, you'll usually get dragged down from that. Because the idea is your character can't, like, they're not in a position they can reasonably defend themselves, so they will just die. That can also happen, like, if I climb out a car door into a zombie, that can happen. If I jump over a fence on top of a zombie, that can happen, stuff like that. Another thing I'll show you is when you, like, say I've got a wall here with a little door, and I know there's a zombie there, and I really don't have the means of fighting it at the moment. I can run through it. So I'm going to show you that, where I'm just going to sprint right at it and push it out of the way. So you'll notice I just kind of rammed them out of the way. It's not something you want to rely on too much, because there is some consequences to it. When you ram a zombie, like if I'm running at this zombie from this side, and I hit it, I'm committed to running in this straight line till about here. I can't turn, because my character is like off balance. And the other thing that can run into it is if I run to 2 or 3 zombies, or I'm particularly tired or whatever, you can trip, and that means you fall down. And when you fall down, if you happen to fall down anywhere near a zombie, you're going to hear horrible crunching noises, because the zombie's going to be like, oh hey, my meal has been so kindly to lay itself in front of me. This is quite convenient. I like when my meal is delivered directly to me. Oh yeah, and some people will like to use the fences to give them like a really good, solid hits on zombies, because they're laying down after they get across. But when they jump through windows, climb through fences, that kind of stuff, sometimes they'll climb through and they'll kind of lunge like 2 or 3 steps. If they hit you with that, there's a really good chance it knocks you over. And again, that can be, like, being knocked over can be dangerous, because you have to get back up before you can move. Which means if there's another zombie nearby, you get knocked over from the other zombie, just like, alright, guess it's snack time. But yeah, so you see, as much as I can, I'm trying to keep them lining up towards me, not letting them get side by side. I can get away with quite a bit at this point with side by side, because my nimble is up. Nimble is actually one of your strongest combat stats, low-key. That's the speed you move while you've got your weapon ready. And I can actually show you another trick here, if I could find a zombie or 2. But my one advice I give to all new players more than anything else is slow down. You don't need to run. You don't need to rush. You walk faster than the zombies. They're slow. They're dumb as a box of rocks. Take your time. Be methodical. Panic gets you killed. So identifying when you are and are not actually in danger is very helpful to making sure you don't panic. Like, for example, I have this zombie chasing me. Oh no! Oh wait, I can just outwalk it. You don't need to run to get away. You can just walk away, you will get away. Unless you're like super exerted or tired or something, you will just walk away. Hey, Sugar, how's it going? Yep. And so at this point, like, this is me nimbling. Like, you'll notice I'm fast enough with Nimble when she goes for the grab. Come on, do it, do it, do it. Oh no, she can't catch me. Oh no. That happens around Nimble too. That if you just back up and don't swing, you will get away. You can tell them about guns? Sure, actually, that's a good point. So, you have guns in the game, and you'll have some people who go with the mindset of guns are a death trap, they're dinner bells. I disagree, guns are actually super powerful, but you need to use them, like, actually consider the implications of using them. For example, if I'm sitting here and I start shooting off a shotgun right now, I am going to get all the zombies in the immediate area to show up for lunch. And that might be fine, depending on my intentions. But it's just to be mindful of. And you go, okay, well, if they get all the zombies around, when would you actually use them? Well, if the helicopter shows up, the helicopter's drawing all the zombies to you anyways. So making a whole bunch of noise really kind of doesn't matter, because you already have noise going on. If you're deliberately trying to clear an area, that's another good time to use a gun. Just be mindful that you have the area behind you clear as possible, that kind of thing. And another thing is, you probably want to make sure you actually have enough ammo to do something before you start using guns. If you go in with like 12 rounds of a 9mm pistol, you're going to hit 1 or 2 zombies and take them down until you get enough aim skill. And then you're going to be out of bullets, and now all the zombies are coming because you made a whole bunch of noise. And thank you for the follow, Red03, Mock, welcome to the stream. Another thing about guns that is a very common mistake, you need enough ammo to kill whatever you attract, and be aware that you are going to be attracting a party, and be ready to deal with that. But another thing, and have a way out. No matter what you're doing, you should always have an exit, have a plan of going back. For me, we've been clearing this road, and so the idea is, because I know that area is mostly cleared, and I probably will run into some zombies going back, because it's mostly clear, that's my exit, that's my way out. The last thing I'm going to say with guns is, well, 2 things. Is one mistake a lot of people do is they'll play like they play first-person shooters, and they'll be popping off their guns, they'll be running, they'll be popping off their guns, they'll be running, and you're going to do no damage. In Project Zomboid, you walk, you go, oh, there's a zombie, you park yourself, you hold right mouse button, you wait till the aim makes the zombie green-ish, and then you fire. If you move, you'll watch it quickly, the zombie will turn red. That's telling you your accuracy is going to be absolutely terrible, because you're trying to shoot a gun while moving. So that isn't what you want to do. You gotta stop, shoot. When it's time, it's like when the zombie starts getting close, you give up on firing the gun, you move to your next position, stop, shoot, rinse, and repeat. But then the last thing is going to tell you is, generally speaking, the way I approach guns is, when I first start, I will only use the shotgun at aim 0. When I hit aim 2, I will use the 9mm and the 38 revolver as well. And then at aim 4 or higher, I will use whatever gun. Like, that point, I'm down to use whatever. Rupek. This is Rick Rimes. He's popping off rounds like Clint Eastwood in a large populated city among the zombie apocalypse. Don't be Rick. Be a survivor. Yep. Yeah, if you just walk into the middle of West Point and you fire off a sawed-off shotgun, you better get ready to retreat, and retreat fast, because the party's coming. Riverside is cleared. At the end of stream last night, we went very long because it's like, I want this stream to end with Riverside clear. So the very last day in Riverside, we just went through each and every single road, zigzagged through the town, and made sure there wasn't a single zombie left that we could see. Like, follow, and subscribe for more Project Zomboid PSAs. Yeah, I mean, there isn't a like option, but absolutely follow and subscribe. Which, you know, on that whole note, for all you who arrived by the raid who haven't followed, if you do like the content you're seeing and you would like to see more of it, don't forget to follow so you can find yourself a way, here again. Yeah, no, it's the, as a next level tabletop saying, when you're using pistols and rifles and you have no aim skill, it'll take you like 5, 6, 7 shots to take down a zombie, and all of that feels awful. Why do I feel like I'm on the wrong road? Oh no, this is right. Because I want to turn south there. And normally I don't have the map populated, but with how long this run is going to be and like locating all the different locations, I was like, we'll leave it up. And then plus when people ask questions, it's nice to be able to go, hey, that's Louisville over there. Like, that's the thing you're curious about. Oh, hey, you're looking for a place to find this. Well, you can find that over in this place. That kind of stuff. Alright, so we're out of main or back weapons right here, but that's fine. So we'll just go back here, grab a metal pipe, because I'll save the crowbar to last, because it lasts the longest. And where it seems like we're getting sleepy super fast, that's because we're bludgeoning zombies endlessly. Every time you hit a zombie with a weapon, it does start to get you, tired.
Danny as Dose has gifted 2 subs to viewers.
Hey, Danny as DOS gifting 2 subs to viewers. Congratulations on your subs, Spider-Man.
Danny ISDO's just subscribed. Woohoo.
Alright, thank you so much for renewing your sub, Danny as DOS. Good 2 months. And on top of that, Spider-Man, congratulations on your sub that was gifted to you by Danny as DOS. Whether you wanted them or not, you have emotes and an advertising-free experience. And Danny as DOS has also gifted a sub to Next Level Tabletop. So enjoy your ad-free experience, as well as enjoy those emotes. Whether you wanted them or not, you have them. And on the note of emotes, I believe I will have new emotes. It's almost looking like I might have them tomorrow. So get excited for that. There are going to be 6 new emotes. The plan is I'm going to take some of the subscriber emotes, move those down to follower, because that wasn't the thing before, so I don't have follower emotes because it's a new thing. But I will get them added there. And then the new emotes, some of those will go in follower, and some of those will replace the ones that moved down from subscriber. We got a hydrate. I could certainly use that. And thank you to the follow. Sorry. Let me see. Corinius, welcome to the stream. And if I mispronounce that, please let me know, and I will try and do better in the future. And I will do that posture tech. I am slouching. Thank you to the follow. Weight Dash, welcome to the stream. And Darstrider has cashed in 10 more push-ups, so I will get those in a moment. Once I collapse this zombie's skull. And unfortunately, we will have to drive over the zombie corpses slowly, so the return trips back and forth will be a little bit annoying. But the good news is, I mean, we don't actually go to bed till like midnight anyways, so it's fine. I'm gonna deal with that zombie in a minute, I just want to get past the corpses. But, so for the record, I do stream Project Zomboid 4 days a week. That would be on, let's see, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Thursdays we have what we call other game days, which is basically we'll play any game that isn't one of our mainstays on the channel. And then Sunday and Monday we play RimWorld. Which RimWorld we're pretty far into an Arco Nexus run. We have done our second reset, getting pretty close to our third reset. Not super close. It'll probably be like Monday if we get that. And I don't actually know what happens next in the Arco Nexus reset, or Arco Nexus thing. So I'm a little excited to see that. But that's going on. Thank you to the follow. Hazard headline. Welcome to the stream. But if all that sounds good, you know, don't forget to drop the follow. All that. Gotta do the little marketing spiel and all that. If you want your channel to grow, you unfortunately do have to do a thing where it's like, hey, you know, make sure you come back if you like it. Oh yeah, another reason why the outline's really important. So you see how I've got this crawler here? So one thing that the game does, and this is something I personally disagree with, is if I have a zombie crawling at me here, and I have another zombie here that is getting up, when I right-click, it's going to prioritize the zombie getting up, not the crawler. I disagree with that decision. And it could be range thing, but the point is, having that green outline lets you know which zombie is going to get hit. So it is very, very, very good to be like, oh, I'm not going to hit the crawler. I don't want to commit to the swing. I wanna back up and get away from this and wait till like they're either separated or whatever. Yeah, I actually don't know what happens in the Arco Nexus victory. Like, I assume once I get the thing, I'll probably have to fight a bunch of mechanoids or something. And please don't spoil it if you know. But, I do assume I'm going to have some type of big fight. Because it's RimWorld. They wouldn't be like, you've won. Bye. They'd be like, no, you're trying to win. Here's the last ditch. You gotta fight everything. Good luck. Try to keep it together long enough to get away. We're just gonna drive past and deal with them on the way back. Fender says, I predict Poety being revived from the dead. So we're making a new Poety because the new Poety is actually in the last colony. We never did get the resurrection serum, so Poety stayed dead after one of our other 5 people murdered Poety, like just one-shot them. And we say, so you see, what happens in the Arco victory is Thanos from the MCU Verner's comes out, snaps his finger, and half your population dies, and then he becomes the next big bad. Yeah, checks out. Lulu said, imagine if the Empire goes, yo, what's up? You're trying to use our stuff, and sends mega raids. Interesting. Next level tabletop says, I briefly looked at the wiki, and I really don't remember what it requires, and I remember being like, nope. Darkstar says, yep, I take full credit. Because, yeah, Darkstrider at the very beginning of one of our resets, it was Darkstrider, Whistlebeak, and a bunch of them came across, and Poety was one of them. And Darkstrider had a mood break and decided they were going to murder Poety. So I got the alert, and literally within like half a second of getting the alert, Poety was already dead. Like, Darkstrider woke up, got out of bed, turned, smashed Poety in the head with, you know, a Persona Masterwork weapon, and then Poety was just gone. And we have a clip for it. Hey, Whistlebeak, how's it going?
Danny Asdos has gifted a sub to Darthstrider 1998.
Danny Asdos dropping another gifty sub. I accidentally climbed the wall, but I'm here for it. You know, whatever. Thank you so much. So now, Darthstrider, you can now enjoy advertising free, you know, Twitch, for my channel exclusively, as well as emotes, whether you wanted them or not. Yes, you do have a command. Yeah, Poety died, like, I saw the alert and I went to hit pause and Poety was already dead. I'm like, what just happened? You know, then like, you know, you put your mouse over the thing, you're like, oh, break. Oh, I see. Whistlebeak's like, I still play Pankraru. Let's see. So we need to sleep. We're not quite there yet. I keep feeling like it's time to ditch a layer of clothing. I mean, we haven't actually overheated yet. It'll buff right out. The collapsed neck will buff right out. Alright, no, that stuff's ready yet. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Cool. And we're just sitting here for a second to kill time, so that way when we go to sleep, we'll actually wake up when it's daylight. And this is our fantastic katana bed, complete with its 21 katanas at this point.